Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. My name's Mark McNulty, and I'm president of Action Coach Bluegrass in Southern Indiana. Today, I have Miguel Montano as my guest. He is CEO of National Contracting Services. Welcome, Miguel.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for the invite and for the opportunity.
Yeah, great. So today we're going to be talking about his business, his journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. So Miguel, again, thank you for being here today, and tell us a little bit about National Contracting Services.
Yes, thanks, Mark. I started National Contracting Services in 2010 and really had a very specific vision for the company is to do federal contracting. We have over about 15 client federal agencies that we currently work with. But basically, National Contracting Services does construction for the federal government and also facility maintenance for the federal government. We received our 8A certification, which is a special certification that took the company and myself about 2 years to acquire. In 2012, we received our 8A certification to conduct business with the federal government. Some of our customers that we work with is the General Service Administration, which is the GSA, the DOD, which is the Department of Defense, the Department of Interior, the National Park Service, are some of our key customers that we currently have conducted business with. We started out with just 3 employees back in 2010, and today we have over 110 employees. So one of the reasons I named it National Contracting Services because I wanted to be not just in a region. So currently we have offices in the Virgin Islands. We have an office in Alabama. We have 2 offices here in Kentucky. But we have employees in Utah, Florida, Texas, Kentucky, North Carolina. So we've been able to grow the business. We are also an MBE and DBE company that basically are local certifications that we have acquired to do work with the Department of Transportation, airport work. So it's, we have a great team. I could not do it without our construction team and our facility maintenance team. They do an outstanding job, and I'm just really here to support them and create more opportunities for the company.
That's awesome. So why did you choose, federal contracting as your target? Was there something specific that?
Yeah. So, it is a very niched market. The 8A certification is only for disabled or disadvantaged minority owners, and I had researched it for about 6 months. I've always been business minded. I graduated from the University of Louisville with a business degree, and it was something that I had a passion for. And as I was working through some management with Ford and GSK, I said, you know what, I think the managerial skills are there. So I took a leap of faith and really put my mind to it and supported myself around 2 key employees that helped me grow it. Like I said, over 100 employees today.
So how'd you go from a business degree to starting a construction company?
Well, just kind of back up. I really I owe a lot of it to my parents. They were their work ethic was just impeccable. My mother, I'm one of 8 kids. My father came to the United States when he was just 12 years old to become basically he ended up becoming a thoroughbred horse trainer. So the entrepreneurship was instilled in me at an early age, and I had a passion for investments throughout my whole life. I was a walk-on for the University of Louisville football team under Howard Schnellenberger. So the work ethic was always instilled into me, and I saw this as a challenge. To me, even to this day, yes, it is construction. Yes, it is facility management. But at the end of the day, we're a team. It is a challenge every day with the company, trying to continue to grow it for all of our employees. And like I said, it's just a passion for me to be out there and conducting business with the government.
So, you've got some specialized certifications with the government, which qualifies you. But you still have competition for government contracts. You're not the only one. So what makes you unique? What makes you special? Why do your project managers choose you?
Well, I think one of as far as the choosing us, meaning our employees, our team, I think I've always tried to create a family atmosphere. I always tell our team, listen, this is your title, this is my title, but at the end of the day, we're all one team. We all, like today, I'm going to a site visit to do a punch list because I didn't want somebody driving 2.5 hours when it's 15 minutes away. So we all wear different hats. I'll go to site visits, do bids, all type of stuff for the government, and we just all play a key role. Now, as far as our customers, and one of the reasons I feel that we are we have repeat customers, and that is because we're very upfront. When things are not going the right way or there's something that is missed, it is acknowledged right away. It is communicated to our customers. They know that NCS, National Contracting Service, at the end of the day, is going to make it right for our customers. And I think that's one of the key things in the federal market is something called direct awards or sole sources. And we've been very blessed of receiving these type of awards because they know us, they trust us, and they know at the end of the day they're going to get a quality product.
Thank you. Yeah. So getting that takes real dedication, and clearly you've built up a lot of confidence with them in your ability to deliver for them. So that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about your team, kind of your leadership structure. You've gone from 3 to 110 employees. Tell me about your leadership team. How do you, what's your, how do you manage all that work?
Well, like I said, I'm actually here as far as our leadership team. Like I said, we have two main divisions. We have a president of our construction team. We have, I think, some of the best estimators when it comes to construction. And then we have a president of our facility maintenance team, which is it's a different bird in the estimating world. You're estimating janitorial service. You're estimating PMs on boilers and chillers in the facility maintenance versus construction. You're estimating, how are we going to frame up this wall, the concrete package, the finish package. So they're two different, two different estimating departments. And I've got to say, I would stack up our estimating department against a lot of our competitors, and that's why we've been very successful. And with that, we currently have a mentor, and we've had a mentor for the past about 7 to 9 years, and that's currently what NCS is doing right now. We have graduated from the 8A program, and we are currently we are a mentor to 3 younger companies that are in the federal market right now, federal construction market, and it's a win-win for both entities. We're able to have these younger companies increase their bonding capacity. They're able to use our past performance to where they can get into certain agencies that they would not be able to. So we're really trying to give back. because we were there back in 2010 when we had a mentor. The other thing that we're really trying to focus on here in the state of Kentucky is to gain a presence here in Louisville. We're currently looking at a lot of West Louisville projects to kind of help some of the younger minority companies, grow. And I think it's very valuable, like I said, to us as a team to expose ourselves to other younger companies so that we can help them grow.
Okay. So how would you describe your leadership style?
I would say that, my leadership style kind of reflects how, I let my actions speak loud, speak for my words. Just, back in my football days, playing under Howard Schnellenberger, I was not the rah type of guy. I was the guy that just tell me the play, let me go out and execute it. And that's what kind of what the team is. I give them a lot of responsibility, but they know that they can always call me for support. I'm always there for them, regardless of it's good or bad. I think that the one thing that they know is I'm always stressing, just do the next right thing. Hey, how should we handle this situation? Well, give me a little history on what this is, and let's just make the right decision.
So what do you do to develop new leaders in your team as you grow? That management, leadership, infrastructure. What sorts of things are you doing internally to grow your management and leadership team?
Right, and that's a good question. And that's the one thing that I've learned. There's a quote that sticks in my head. There's two things that happen to you every day. You either get better or you get worse. And that's what I try to tell my team. Like, listen, if there's any thing that you want to be exposed to, is it estimating? I want to get my OSHA 30. I want to become a safety manager. Whatever their aspirations are, I want each employee to continue to grow their knowledge within the company. We're currently, in training for RS Means, which is an estimating tool that you can use that the government uses. So I'm really trying to help internally each and every individual, each teammate, to grow themselves, make themselves more valuable to themselves, make themselves more valuable to the company, but grow their career. I want them all to succeed.
That's great. So what other employee retention things do you do? Because that's obviously a nice employee retention strategy. What other kinds of things are you doing to retain employees? This has been and attract good team members. The last few years have been a tough hiring and retention. You've got 110 employees in the construction industry scattered around the country. What are your keys to attracting and retaining?
Yeah, I think one of the major keys, and again, it's not easy because I would have to say that our benefits packages is one of the best that are out there, and that's not coming from me. That's coming from the actual employees. But I think the biggest key is treating every individual, and I don't call them employees. I call them teammates, because that's what they are. We would not be successful if it wasn't for each and every single one of our teammates. And I think that, I want everyone to know that, hey, I care. I truly care about what you're doing. If this is, if you're taking care of the janitorial of this federal building, or you're taking care of the boilers and chiller, you're taking care of the groundwork for a particular facility, I want them to understand that not only are they getting, great pay, great benefits, but they're getting respect. They're getting that they are somebody that is respected. And I think that's the key with our retention. And that is driven down from myself to our project managers, to our superintendents, and really our whole entire management team.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Love to hear that. Um, and just that way of thinking is what grows businesses and makes businesses sustainable and grows communities and not just revenue and profit. So I love that approach. So Miguel, so as you look back on your journey to this point, what's a memorable roadblock or hurdle that you had to overcome?
Well, I think it was, actually going through that 2-year process of getting our 8A certification. Um, One of the hurdles that I feel, overcoming was just the paperwork. There are a lot of general contractors in construction. When you mention the word federal government or government projects, they just say there's no way. Like, no, we're not going to deal with the red tape. We're not going to deal. So overcoming that learning curve, taking it from here to here, was a big obstacle. There was a lot of times that there was projects that we won, and you were like, "Oh man, how did we win that? Hopefully, we didn't miss something." So I guess honing in on our estimating expertise and our paperwork process with the government was something that you know we accomplished, and we're still working on it till this day. As you know, there's FAR regulations that change, things that we have to abide by, and it's a constant learning process. And I think, any advice I'd give to younger construction companies or facility maintenance is make sure that you understand, what you're getting into as far as the FAR regulations and what you can and can't do.
Yeah, and in a former life, I did DoD and Department of Commerce work on the software side, so really familiar with just the roadblocks and that you just never expect that come up. And it's a choice, right? You either choose to push through or you choose to be defeated by it.
Right. And that's the other thing. I think one of the reasons I think NCS is a repeat customer. And again, I've talked a lot about federal agencies. We do have some private clients. We do have some state and local clients that we are reacquainting ourselves with because we've been so focused on the federal market. It's not that we've neglected the city and the state market, but we had so much work, and we still do have a lot of work. So we're going to continue. I think our next phase for NCS is to make a presence here in the state of Kentucky, in the city of Louisville, and in the surrounding areas to show them what NCS is all about and the type of product that we can deliver to these city and state agencies.
Okay. So goal setting. So what's your approach? Are you a goal setter?
Oh yeah, and that's I've actually got 3 girls. I have 3 teenagers, one that's about ready to go off to college, and then 2 younger girls. They're all into sports. They excel academically, and I just tell them, I was like, listen, you've got to set goals. You just can't put it in your mind. If you don't write them down, you might as well just forget about it. So I'm very goal oriented. We've went through. Like I said, we've grown the company. This is a passion for me. Is it construction, facility maintenance? Yes, that's what we do, but it's more about the people and who we encounter with on a daily basis. And one of NCS's goals, and I've shared this with our team, is to take this to another level. And when I mean that is let's continue to grow year by year like we've done over the past 10 years. And I think everybody is on board. We've got a lot of irons in the fire right now. And one of the reasons behind that, or one of the reasons for that, is because some of the success that we've had in the federal arena.
So do you have a big, that big, hairy, audacious goal, the BHAG, kind of a 10-year goal that you're shooting for that you could share?
Well, I mean, if you ask my family, I mean, like I said, I would love for one day for one of my kids to take over the business. Again, I would want to structure it in a way that, obviously, if that is something they want to do. But when you ask about a 10-year ago, that would probably put my Otis at 26 or 7, and they hear me talk all the time about NCS. They wear all the the clothing around the house and so forth and out, and their friends are asking what's NCS. So when again, one of my saying is just we stay focused again, day by day, month by month, year by year. When things aren't going the way that we thought, we lost a project, we keep plowing forward. We keep doing the next right thing, for the company, for our customers, for ourselves. But yeah, I mean, I'm not 50 yet, but I've always told my kids one day I'd love to play on the senior PGA tour one day. So that's going to take some work to get there. But as far as the business goes, we just got to continue to do what we've been doing and make it better every day.
Okay. So what do you see? Last business question. So what do you see as your biggest challenge in 2024?
I would say right now, with what we have out there, we have a lot of proposals out there, and manpower is probably is one of the biggest issues that we are seeing. We quite haven't encountered it yet, but finding estimating, the project management, and the superintendent individuals is something that I can see being an issue, especially if we win the projects that we think that we have a really good chance at. Now, obviously, we're not just sitting on our hands and waiting for the award. We're being very proactive about finding those quality candidates to go ahead and lay the groundwork so that when it does come, we're ready to go for the government.
Okay. Awesome. Great. All right. So covered a lot of ground here in a short period of time. And for those watching, save this, come back, watch it a couple times. Lots of little nuggets in there. So as we kind of wrap up, Miguel, few kind of quick questions, quick top of the head answers for each or best. So first of all, what's your key to success?
I think the key to success is just being humble and being hungry. Never really get too high, don't get too low, and just always continue to wake up the next day and just show up. Continue to show up and do the next right thing. And I think if you can have that mentality, I think you will persevere through the tough times. And when things do go your way, just remember to be humble and be thankful for what you have accomplished.
Okay, great. So what's your number one piece of advice to your fellow business owners?
I would to be successful, I think you have to treat everybody with respect. I think you have to show them that you care. You're not just there to see the bottom line increase month and year after year. You're there to provide a future for them. And when you show that you care for them, they're gonna really want to come to work. They're really gonna want to be successful. And I think, I can't be the face of the company, in 15 states. It has to be the teammates that are out there. And if they are happy, if they feel that or if I show them that the respect that they need and want, they're gonna in return show that to the company, not just me, but to the company.
Okay, excellent. So what's a book that you're reading or recently read or listened to? Nowadays, we listen to books as much as we read them, that you would recommend to other business owners?
Well, I mean, as a business, the name of the book just coming off the Christmas season, the Advent season, the rocking chair profit is something that I just finished, and it talks about adversity and uh, how you react to it, how do you cope with adversity, and I think just silence in your mind, keeping your composure, not overreacting to certain situations is something that this book has taught me, because as business owners, there's a lot of up and downs, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. But to me, if you put him first in everything that you do and all your decisions, that classroom of silence that this book has taught me will keep you as most peaceful as you can as you go about, as you navigate this business world. So, my advice is to, try to create that peace in your life as a business owner, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And everybody has their own niches that they or routines that they do. But, I try to wake up every morning before the family wakes up, just to have that classroom of silence for me to give me a peace of mind that, hey, I'm ready to attack this day.
Okay, awesome. That's a new book to me. I'll have to get that one. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. So if I had a magic wand, I don't, but let's pretend I did. If I had a magic wand and you had to choose one area of your business for me to wave it over to improve it immediately today, what area of the business would you want me to wave it over?
Well, I think we need to grow our business development team, to reach. We have we deliver such a great service to our customers, and just to reach certain customers to continue to grow this is something that we need to improve on. And that's something that, again, falls really into my lap, to create that BD department.
Right. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, last question for you today, Miguel. What inspires you the most today?
I think the one thing that inspires me the most is, my family. Seeing the smiles on their face, being able to be with them. And, I tell them a lot, being a business owner is not easy. It takes a lot of work. There is a lot of stress, but it has its positives. And one of the positives is, I can be in Florida, I can be in Kentucky, I can be out west, you know, as long as I have, the electronics and with me. I'm able to travel with my girls and my family to sporting events. So, being a successful business owner has given me those advantages to not miss my kids' games, to not miss their events, to be with my family, to raise them. Always putting him first in everything that they do has really inspired me, and that's why I want to continue this, because one day, like I mentioned, I'd love for them to take over.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Miguel Montano, CEO of National Contracting Services. He shared a lot of nuggets with us, a lot of business lessons, some life lessons as well, and advice. So I recommend bookmarking this, maybe watch it a couple times. If this is the first time on this channel, go ahead and bookmark it so you get notifications when we release new interviews, and don't miss other gems like today's interview with Miguel. So Miguel, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate everything that you're doing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mark with Action Coach Bluegrass. I will see you again soon on the next interview. Thanks. Bye.